Hey everybody, this is Simon Katz. I'm going to go ahead and discuss what you should be doing with your $1,200 stimulus check. As some of you may know, the government has given out $1,200 recently to kind of help boost the economy.
It's part of the Federal CARES Act that was passed in response to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Basically, you get either a check or a deposit into your bank account, and you could spend that money any way you like. So today, we're going to go over some of those things, and I'll give you my advice on what I feel you should spend the money on. There's been kind of some debates as to whether you're getting $1,200 or $2,000. And the $1,200 is what's been approved by government. The $2,000 is what they're considering to be approved in a stimulus package that's going to be round B. So if you haven't received your check yet, which you already should have, there is a website, and in the link below, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to check the status of your check. If you probably haven't received it, it's because you have not filed your taxes on time and they have not been able to deposit that amount. To qualify for this check, you needed to make $99,000 or below a year in annual salary. You also get an additional $500 for children that are under 16 years of age that reside with you as well. All right, so I just got $1,200. Personally, I didn't because I don't qualify based on income. What do we do with this $1,200 check? Well, the first thing I would do is potentially buy essentials that you actually need for a short period of time. So you're buying, let's say, cleaning supplies, whether it's toilet paper, whether it's paper towels, canned food, anything you would kind of consume in a period, I would say, of no more than 2 weeks to a month. Don't go out and spend all $1,200 on toilet paper. Basically, pay the essentials first. Utilities bills, potentially rent. You still need to pay your rent. You still need to keep the electricity running. Car payments. Should you be paying car payments? No, those could be deferred. So you would call your car loan company or lease company, and then you could defer that payment. Now, a deferral is different than when they're basically holding the payment back and then you own a large sum later. So make sure they defer it and they don't make you pay a big sum at the end of that deferment period. So number one, rent, utilities, and food and supplies enough for a couple of weeks. All right, number two, save money for an emergency fund. Do not always spend the money if you don't have to. Don't go and blow this check on a pair of Yeezys or sneakers or a video game or something that will be a waste. Save your money if you can. Another thing I want to add to that is there's nothing better than having cash during a hard time. Cash is king always. Cash buys you opportunities in life. You should hold on to cash to an extent before your cash stops losing value, so then you could go ahead and make the proper investment when you are ready. The third thing we're going to discuss is credit card debt. Fortunately, I am not an individual that carries my credit card debt month and month over. I don't like doing that. My credit card bills go in the thousands. 30,000, 40, 50, 60, 70,000. I think the highest I've ever had was a $90,000 credit card bill. Ouch! I paid that credit card bill off at the end of the month. I'm fortunate enough to do so. I worked my ass off to get to this level. However, my recommendation here is start paying some of that credit card debt. Another thing you could do during this time is you could potentially contact the credit card company and you could say, hey, I no longer can pay my credit card bills. All right, am I able to do a buyout? What's called a buyout. If you're able to do a buyout, the credit card company will agree to a specific amount with you. Basically, you would pay much less than what you owe the credit card company, but they would close your account in that way. There are also lawyers that do that specifically. So if you're carrying a debt of $25,000, $35,000, $45,000, if you're not catching up, get a lawyer, get that lawyer to settle a potential amount that you could buy out. The fourth thing you could do is invest. You could invest in an IRA. It's similar to a retirement account that's tax-free. So if you put that money in an IRA account, it grows a specific interest every year. When you collect it after a set amount of years, you're getting that money tax-free plus interest. Let's say you don't want to invest in an IRA and you want to be able to move that money, pull it, and you've done some stock investing. The stocks that I invest in are bulletproof companies, companies that I believe have a lot of potential and growth that will not be affected by the economy or even a pandemic. One of those stocks is Amazon, okay? Amazon will be around. They're investing in so many different things. I'm a believer of that company. By the way, check out Webull in the link below. You could also invest that $1,200 through Webull. And again, if you do that, I highly recommend in picking potentially one stock that you feel really good about, whether it's Google or Amazon, maybe Apple, something that you feel like is going to continuously climb the ladder. And is that company going to be there tomorrow? That's my big question. Okay, so there's two more points. If you're going to buy something, buy locally. There's nothing better than helping out your own community, whether it's buying from a local store, a farmer's market. You live in a particular niche, and what this virus has done is it made you immobile. You are kind of stuck in your own community. They want you to stay local, so invest in local businesses because those families need help at this time. Okay. $1,200, you got the money, you may have or may not have invested some of it, all of it, whatever it may be. Now is the time to realize what's happening next. You're going back to work. So what would you do? You want to go back to work prime. What I would invest in is new clothing. Allocate, let's say $200 to $300. Get yourself some nice professional attire. So when you go back to work, you'll have a better attitude and you actually will look like $1,000,000. So the last point is invest that $1,200 in yourself professionally so that you can get a better chance of making more money down the road. I want you to get to the point where no pandemic, no recession will ever affect your passive income, your income, or anything that you're relying on. You never want to put your family in this position, and that's why I work my ass off to make sure my family is not in this position. With that being said, hit the like button, hit subscribe. More videos will come. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening to me rant, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Good luck. Stay safe.